The new owner. Robert Mitchell had learned patience over 63 years of life. He'd raised 3 children, buried his beloved wife, and built a modest fortune through hard work and careful decisions. Now standing in the showroom of Mitchell Motors, the dealership he'd just purchased, he wore a simple windbreaker and khaki pants. Nothing fancy. He'd never been one for showing off. The salesman, a young man named Derek, glanced his way and quickly looked elsewhere. Robert understood. He'd spent a lifetime reading those glances. "Can I help you?" The voice belonged to Frank Brennan, the dealership manager. Mid-50s, tired eyes, hair thinning at the crown. Robert recognized a man carrying the weight of worry. "Just looking around," Robert said gently. "Beautiful showroom." Frank's jaw tightened. "Sir, these vehicles require serious buyers. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at one of our other locations." Robert felt the familiar sting but kept his voice steady. "I appreciate your concern, but I'm exactly where I need to be." "Look," Frank said, stepping closer, lowering his voice. "I don't want any trouble. This is a high-end dealership. If you're not here to make a purchase..." "Frank." Robert said his name softly like an old friend. "How long have you worked here?" The question caught Frank off guard. 18 years, why? 18 years of getting up every morning, providing for your family. That's something to be proud of. Robert paused, letting his words settle. "I imagine these past months have been difficult. Sales down, corporate breathing down your neck." Frank's face shifted, surprise, then defensiveness. "How do you..." "Because I've been where you are," Robert said. "Working hard, trying to protect what you've built. Maybe making decisions you wouldn't normally make because you're afraid." The showroom had gone quiet. Derek pretended to organize brochures nearby. Frank's shoulders sagged slightly. "Sir, I apologize if I've been rude, but I have quotas to meet and I can't afford to lose your job," Robert finished gently. "I understand, Frank, more than you know." Robert reached into his jacket and pulled out an envelope. Inside was the deed of sale and his identification. He handed it to Frank with a steady hand. Frank's face went through a transformation as he read, confusion, then shock, then something close to panic. "Mr. Mitchell, oh God, I had no idea." "Of course you didn't," Robert said, his voice still gentle. "That's the point, isn't it? We never really know who people are by looking at them." Frank's hands trembled as he held the documents. "I'm so sorry. Please, I'll clear out my desk. I understand." Robert shook his head slowly. "Frank, did I say you were fired?" You made a mistake," Robert said. "You let fear guide you instead of kindness. We all do that sometimes." He paused, remembering his own errors over the years. "My late wife used to say that people deserve grace, especially on their worst days." Frank's eyes glistened. "Mr. Mitchell, None of us deserve grace, Frank. That's what makes it grace." Robert placed a hand on the man's shoulder. "But I do need you to learn from this. Every person who walks through these doors deserves respect. Every single one. Can you do that?" Frank nodded, unable to speak. "Good," Robert said warmly. "Because I bought this dealership to prove something. That a business can be profitable and kind at the same time. That we can treat people the way we'd want our own fathers and mothers treated." He smiled. "I'm going to need good people to help me do that. People who understand what it means to get a second chance." Derek approached cautiously. "Mr. Mitchell, I should have said something earlier." "I'm sorry." Robert turned to him with the same gentle expression. "Then let's make sure we all speak up next time. For each other." As the afternoon sun slanted through the showroom windows, Robert gathered his new team. He didn't lecture. He simply shared coffee and listened. To Frank's worries about his daughter's college tuition, to Derek's dreams of becoming a manager himself someday, to the stories of ordinary people trying their best. By closing time, something had shifted in that place. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, like the first thaw of spring. Robert locked the doors and walked to his car, the same 20-year-old sedan he'd driven for years. He thought about his wife, about the lessons she'd taught him about kindness being stronger than anger. Tomorrow, the real work would begin. But tonight he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time since losing her. Hope.